What's up, guys? So it's about 4 a.m. right now. Thursday morning, Wednesday night, whatever you classify it. And Joel just spoke last night and shared his story. And I can't help but have this sense of, even as good as of a night as I feel like it was, and Joel sharing his powerful story of his family, that something was missing, that something has been missing. And tonight at like 3 a.m., an hour ago, God woke me up, and I feel like just, begin to speak and convict and just awaken me. And literally awaken, and then spiritually awaken, and just something hit me that me personally, I haven't circled Rosemont, and I haven't circled Capital, and I haven't been fervent and faithful in prayer in weeks now, probably a month or a little bit more. It's like I've lost sight of that again, and I'm so deeply convicted because, like tonight, again, I got a picture of what we're up against. I talked to this kid after service, a middle schooler. I'm not going to say his name just because I want to keep his story private, but after his small group time, he came up to me with just tears running down his face, sobbing. His dad's been in jail. He's out now, but he's been back. His dad's homeless. His mom, his stepmom hates him. Never gets to see his sister. He's been on medication. He's a 7th grader. He's been on medication for depression and suicide and wanted to take his own life. He's been in juvenile hall. He sits there and he's telling me this stuff, and he says, I've never been able to trust anybody in my life. He's like, anytime I've trusted somebody, they've screwed me over. And he's just expressing this deep pain with tears just running down his face. And in 7th grade. I sit here tonight and I feel like God speaks, and I feel like he showed me that when I was praying and that when that was our focus, there were things being shaken and loosened in the spiritual realm, that Satan was loosening his hold, and that when we stop doing that, he tightens back up. It's almost like his prayers, he starts to get weak, and the grip that he has on the throats of these kids starts to loosen and starts to loosen and starts to loosen. And then when more and more of us pray, and more of us are spending time every day praying for these kids by name, that he's losing, then all of a sudden he tightens up. The crazy part is this kid is sitting there, and as he's talking, he's like wrenching his devotional. He just picked up, just wrenching it. And I go, are you going to take that home and read it? He goes, oh yeah, I read it every night. He's like, I read it every single night. I read this in my Bible every night. Like obviously. I mean, this is a kid that came from, it's such a lost place. And he's spending time finding God every single night on his own. I mean, that's incredible. You think about how incredible that is. It's unreal. And then you have, this was funny. He goes, but when I started to, things got worse. I got to be honest with you. Things started getting worse when I started to read this, which makes sense. And I was brought to 1 Peter 5:8 that says, be self-controlled and alert. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. And that just jumped off the page at me, someone. Every single kid in your small group, he has a plan to destroy, and he's trying to get his talons into the throat of that kid so that kid can't breathe, so that kid wants to take his own life, so that kid hates everything about him. And the only way to release this grasp is to pray. It's for us to seek God. And I was so convicted tonight, and I thought, God, you've got to awaken the hearts of our team to understand the significance of this. To understand. I mean, we will not make an impact in these kids' lives without the Holy Spirit, guys. Period. And we will not have the Holy Spirit without fervent prayer. Faithful prayer. Committed with passion. It's not going to happen. We can't do this. The task is too big. I didn't even know what to say to this kid tonight. I literally did not know what to say to him. There is one person that can give him the answer he needs, and it's the Holy Spirit. And I don't have the Holy Spirit if I'm not seeking the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit, I pray. Pray for your conviction in our hearts. God, I pray for a sense of your presence, God, that drives us, God, to love these kids, to cherish them, God. Anger for what he's trying to do. God, I pray that you well up an anger inside of us when we think of kids like this, God. I've never been able to trust anybody, God, that have never had anybody to love them. God, give us a holy anger that just terrorizes the enemy. God, I pray that you awaken our hearts in such a powerful, real way to what battle we're in. Help us to see what we're doing. Pray that right now, God, as our team watches this, wherever they're at, God, I pray that your presence invade their room. Invade their room with a sense of your spirit and your presence and your conviction and your power that motivates, drives, God, and that directs what we do, why we do it, and how we do it, God. We don't want dead, dry ministry. We want a powerful move of your presence, God. In your name.